Jon Jones has officially taken a major and concrete step toward ending his short-lived retirement from mixed martial arts by re-entering the UFC's drug testing pool. This move is not just symbolic. It is a formal and mandatory process governed by the United States Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, which oversees the UFC's anti-doping program. Fighters who have left the sport or retired are required to be in the testing pool for a period of time before they are eligible to compete again. That means submitting to random drug testing and proving they are clean in order to receive medical clearance and licensing for future bouts. Jones' re-entry into the testing pool confirms that he is once again an active participant in the sport and has set his sights on a return to the octagon. UFC CEO Dana White made the announcement during a recent interview, saying confidently, he jumped back in the pool, and when asked if it was official, he doubled down with, "Oh yeah." This direct confirmation from a UFC's top executive leaves no room for doubt. Jones is back in the system and preparing for a comeback. This development comes just weeks after Jones shocked the MMA world by announcing his retirement, vacating his heavyweight title without ever defending it. Many fans and analysts were skeptical about whether the retirement would stick, given Jones' history of sudden announcements and comebacks. Now, with his re-entry into the testing pool, it's clear that the retirement was more of a pause than a full departure from the sport. Jones' decision to rejoin the testing pool is particularly significant because it represents more than just a personal comeback. It aligns with the UFC's plan for a historic event at the White House, set to take place in 2026. This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity appears to have reignited Jones' competitive fire and sense of purpose. It also gives the UFC a much-needed boost of star power, as the promotion looks to make that event one of the most iconic in its history. For fans, this move reignites the possibility of long-anticipated matchups, most notably a Superfight with current heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall. But more importantly, it officially reactivates one of the greatest fighters in MMA history, a man whose legacy has been built on dominance, controversy, and undeniable skill. Jon Jones is not just talking about coming back. He is doing the work, following protocol, and signaling to the entire world that he's ready to compete once again at the highest level. Subscribe to MMA Thread for 3 daily UFC updates, so you never miss breaking news like this. Jon Jones' motivation to return to the UFC was sparked by an announcement that took the entire combat sports world by surprise. Former President Donald Trump revealing plans to host a UFC event on the White House lawn in 2026 to celebrate America's 250th birthday. This historic, patriotic spectacle instantly resonated with Jones, who admitted that the idea of fighting at the White House gave him a deeper sense of purpose, one that transcended titles or money. According to Jones, it wasn't about reclaiming the heavyweight championship or silencing critics. It was about representing his country on the biggest political stage imaginable. In a spontaneous Q&A session with fans on social media, Jones offered insight into his decision to end his retirement so abruptly. He tweeted, "Donald made his announcement on the morning of the 4th of July. I called the UFC headquarters that very same afternoon. I'll just leave it at that. America, now that tickles my pickle." The comment, while humorous in tone, carried a deeper message. This opportunity awakened something in him. It wasn't just a fight. It was a chance to be part of a moment in American sports history, one that blends patriotism, legacy, and spectacle. Jones later added that the opponent didn't matter. For him, the fight itself is secondary to the honor of competing on such a symbolic night. For me, it's about the opportunity to represent America at the White House. I don't care who I fight that night. I found my reason why. That's what I needed, something that was more than money. This marks a shift in tone from the Jon Jones fans are used to. Over the years, his career has been defined by accolades, dominance, and drama. But now, it seems he's motivated by something purer, an opportunity to be part of something bigger than himself. The timing of the event also aligns perfectly with his return to the drug testing pool. With ample time to train, recover from any lingering injuries, and complete the necessary USADA window, Jones will be eligible and fully prepared for a major fight by 2026. His sense of purpose and excitement about the White House event seemed to have lit a new fire in him, perhaps one we haven't seen since his earliest title reigns. For Jones, this is more than a comeback. It's a patriotic mission, a rare alignment of sport and symbolism, and he's determined to seize the moment. Now that Jon Jones is officially back in the USADA testing pool and has publicly declared his desire to fight at the White House event in 2026, all eyes have turned to what that fight might be. And for UFC CEO Dana White, there's only one dream matchup worthy of headlining such a historic card: Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. The two have been circling each other in headlines for months, ever since Aspinall was crowned the undisputed heavyweight champion in Jones' absence. While Jones' sudden retirement seemed to shut the door on that clash, his comeback has now reopened the possibility of the ultimate heavyweight showdown. During an appearance on the Full Send podcast, White didn't hesitate when asked who he would want to headline the White House UFC event. Without missing a beat, he said, "The dream main event right now would be Aspinall versus Jones." That statement instantly set the MMA world buzzing. It's the kind of fight that checks every box: legacy, youth versus experience, stylistic intrigue, and a symbolic passing or defending of the heavyweight torch. Dana has also gone on record promising that the White House card will be the baddest card of all time, and there's no bigger way to back that claim than with Jones versus Aspinall at the top of the bill. Jones, for his part, hasn't named any specific opponent, but his openness to fighting anyone on that card includes Aspinall by default. Despite previous claims that he was avoiding the British heavyweight, Jones' willingness to return under these high-stakes conditions suggests he's ready to silence those accusations once and for all. Whether it's for the belt or simply legacy, this fight could finally settle the debate over who the true baddest man on the planet is. This matchup also offers the UFC a rare opportunity to merge sport with spectacle. A heavyweight superfight at the White House lawn during America's 250th birthday celebrations will be one of the most talked about moments in combat sports history. It's a storyline that transcends MMA, a legend returning with renewed purpose against a surging champion, all under the spotlight of the most powerful political address in the world. With Jones back in fighting shape and Aspinall standing at the top of the division, Dana White's dream fight isn't just a fantasy anymore. It's quickly becoming a realistic and thrilling possibility. Tap that subscribe button and turn on the bell. MMA Thread delivers UFC updates 3 times every single day.